Someone want to explain to me what in the world was the ending of Monday Night Raw tonight? That's the only thing that's on my mind as I start this review. And I shouldn't be yelling. I should not be yelling. It's 11 o'clock at night. I got people sleeping, but I don't know how I'm going to get through this review. I really don't. I was getting ready to start the review. I was going to talk about the stage, everything we saw with Raw tonight, the new commentary team, Pyro being back in WWE. Yes, Pyro is back. We're going to talk about all that. We're going to talk about the fantastic segment between Brock Lesnar and Rey Mysterio. Talk about Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch building towards their feud at their match at Hell in a Cell. There was a lot we were going to talk about. But the only thing that's on my mind, the only thing that is on my mind as I start the review is WWE. In your main event tonight, Seth Rollins versus Rusev for the Universal Championship. The only thing that's on my mind is you disrupted that match. To have basically a porn scene between Lana and Bobby Lashley. Basically, I was getting vibes of Edge and Lena watching that segment tonight. What in the actual hell? What in the world was WWE thinking with that segment tonight? Someone please tell me what WWE was actually thinking. Absolutely disgusting. Disgusting. You are 6 days away. 6 days away from Hell in a Cell, one of your most important shows of the year. The last show before the WWE draft, before you make Raw and SmackDown separate brands. But instead of making the Universal Championship look important, instead of making Seth Rollins, who is right now one of the worst, if not the worst babyface on all of WWE television, instead of making him look important, making him look like a star going into Hell in a Cell, instead of that, you're promoting porn between Lana and Bobby Lashley with Rusev, Lana's real-life husband, in the ring watching. What in the actual hell? Really, what in the actual hell, WWE? I don't care. Whoever was in charge of booking the ending of Monday Night Raw, you need to be fired. You need to be fired immediately. I don't know who in the world was in charge. I don't care if it was Kevin Dunn. I don't care if it was Paul Heyman, Vince McMahon. I don't care who it is. Whoever it was, they need to be fired immediately. I don't care what no one says. The fact that was the ending of Monday Night Raw, the fact that was the ending of your first show in this new era, if that's the kind of programming, if that's the level of television that you're going to bring each and every single week, you might as well just quit. Might as well just quit now. Give AEW the title of best wrestling company in the world. Just give it up. All right? I don't know who made that decision tonight, but that was absolutely pathetic. Pathetic. And the fact, this is why you bring Rusev back to television? This is why you bring Rusev back to television. If I'm Rusev, right now, I'm walking to Vince McMahon, I'm walking to Triple H, I'm walking to whoever's in charge of my contract, and I am demanding a release today. Today. I don't care what anybody says. And we heard all these rumors of Bobby Lashley coming back. I didn't care at first. I really didn't. Because who the hell cares about Bobby Lashley? But you bring Bobby Lashley back from injury, and you have Bobby Lashley sit up there in the main event during a Universal title match. And I'm trying so hard to be calm. I really am. Because I feel like any second somebody in my house is going to come knocking on my door telling me to calm down. Because legit, it's disgusting. Disgusting. You are 6 days away from Hell in a Cell. AEW premieres on television in... AEW premieres 6 days is Hell in a Cell. AEW premieres this Wednesday. This Wednesday in Boston. If I didn't have to work on Wednesday night, I would probably drive down to Boston to go to AEW Dynamite. This is pathetic. Pathetic. And for anybody that's been watching me for a long time, you guys know I have not ranted like this in a long time. I've been actually pretty calm. But this tonight, absolutely disgusting and pathetic. I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. I don't. Watching Bobby Lashley and Lana make out on the top of the entrance ramp tonight. For how many minutes? That was a good 2-3 minutes they were making out. 2-3 minutes. Bobby Lashley out here making out with Lana, grabbing her leg up, pushing her close. Like, it's like they wanted me to watch porn. It's like they wanted me to watch porn tonight. Like, I was getting flashbacks to Edge and Lita back in 2006. I was getting flashbacks. I was like, what the actual hell? What the actual hell? Are you kidding me? And the thing about it is, the worst part is this was not just any segment. This was not just during any part of Monday Night Raw. This was during your main event for your go-home show for Hell in a Cell. Think about that, people. Think about that. Your go-home show for Hell in a Cell, one of your biggest pay-per-views of the year. Think about that, people. And the worst thing is, it was during a Universal Championship match. A Universal Championship match. The title that's supposed to be the most important title in all of WWE other than the WWE Championship on SmackDown. And that's what you decide to do? It's one thing if you do that in the middle of the card or you do that in a backstage segment. But to do that at the ending of Monday Night Raw during a Universal Championship match? Imagine if they pulled this on SmackDown. The people on Fox would be calling Vince, they would be calling Kevin Dunn, they would be calling anybody that's in charge of SmackDown, and they would be livid. Livid. I don't know if it's because, Raw's been on USA for all these years and they can get away with anything, but what I saw tonight was absolute garbage. All right? Monday Night Raw, other than that, wasn't terrible. And I'm not going to say it was really good. There were some good things I liked. There were some bad things. But this tops them all. This tops them all. Absolutely disgusting. And I'm trying to calm down. I really am. Because I've been loud for the last 8 minutes. I'm surprised nobody in my house has yelled at me yet. Really, I am. But the more I think about it, the more angry I get. This is the reason why Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch and Bayley and Charlotte, this is the reason why they work so hard. Because they don't like WWE women superstars being portrayed as divas. People like Lana, they bring the divas to the WWE women's division. They're the problem with the WWE women's division. Because it doesn't matter how many 5-star classics Sasha and Becky and Bayley and Charlotte put on. No, because there'll always be people like Lana. There'll always be scumbags. All right, like Summer Rae, like what's her name, Layla, who always have to bring the company back into the Divas era. This era where WWE women's superstars were not taken seriously. And I don't understand. I really do pray that Rusev didn't agree to come back for this storyline. I really do. If Rusev agreed to come back knowing that this was the storyline they were planning for him and Lana, absolutely pathetic. I lose all my respect for Rusev if that was the case. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I am wrong on that front. I pray that I am wrong. Absolutely pathetic. All these weeks, people have been asking, where's Lana? Well, where's Rusev? All this. Rusev comes back in the best shape of his life. The best shape of his life. Just for this? Just for this. Rusev was actually getting Rusev Day chants. I was thinking, oh, maybe this could be the start of an actual push for Rusev. Nope. They throw him back into a storyline. Another love storyline for Rusev. Remember, this is not the first time. Not the first time that we've seen Rusev and Lana in a love story angle. Remember, I think it was 2016. 2016, remember? Lana and Dolph Ziggler? And then they had Rusev and Summer Rae. Remember that garbage? Remember that garbage in 2016? Are you telling me we're going back to that again? Again? Are you serious right now? Does WWE never learn? They never learn. I'm praying that I'm hoping that Paul Heyman was the one that agreed to this garbage. I'm praying. I don't know who it was, but whoever was the one who booked that tonight, they need to be fired immediately. I don't care. You're talking about this whole new era season premiere, and there were just some actual good things that you did on tonight's show. Some actual good things. But instead, all that, everything good that you did tonight was scratched away in a second. In a second with that awful ending to Monday Night Raw. Absolutely disgusting. And the fact that you tried to make us forget that we just saw Rusev look staring at Lana and Bobby Lashley making out for 2-3 minutes. The fact that you tried to make us forget that. The fact that you tried to make us forget that by having the Fiend attack Seth Rollins to end the show. No. I don't care about the Fiend attacking Seth Rollins. That doesn't matter. We've already seen that. How many weeks now? They've done the same ending to Monday Night Raw now 4 straight weeks. 4 straight weeks. It started at Clash of Champions when the Fiend attacked Seth Rollins. Then the next night, they had the Fiend attack Seth Rollins again. Then the next week, they had him attack Bray Wyatt. Then the next week, they had him attack Braun Strowman. And then tonight, we see him attack Seth Rollins again, basically doing the same ending to Raw every single week. I love the Fiend. We all love the Fiend. All right? What they've been doing with the Fiend character has been great. He's easily the most over thing in WWE right now. He's the biggest thing on the main roster other than the feud between Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch. All right? But what you've been doing is becoming repetitive. It's becoming really, really repetitive. As good as the Firefly Funhouse segments are, as great as they are, all right? I'm getting sick and tired of seeing Bray Wyatt do the same thing each and every week. And I understand, yes, Hell in a Cell, Bray Wyatt has to win. Because coming out of Hell in a Cell, the two faces of Monday Night Raw have to be Bray Wyatt and Sasha Banks. Wyatt as your Universal Champion, Sasha Banks as the Raw Women's Champion. All right? It's that simple. There's no and, ifs, buts, nothing. There's no way around it. At Hell in a Cell, both Sasha and Bray Wyatt walk out as new champions, set up to be the faces of Raw going from now into WrestleMania season. It's that simple. It's that simple. But instead, you want to put on the garbage you put on tonight. You want to keep having Bray Wyatt do the same attack every single week. I love the lights. I love the music. But when you do the same thing each and every week, people are going to get tired of it quickly. People are going to start thinking it's repetitive. People are not going to be as interested and as invested as they were before. It's that simple. It's that simple. All right? How long can you really expect Bray Wyatt to do the same attack each and every single week, no matter to how many legends he does it to, no matter to how many superstars he does it to? After we've seen it enough times, people are going to get sick of it. People are going to get tired of it, and they're not going to want to see it anymore. They're not going to want to see it anymore. All right? I really just don't get it. I really just don't get it with this company. They take 1 step forward, 3 steps back. 1 step forward, 3 steps back. Every single time. It's like they never learn. They never learn. Never learn. And the fact is, you had Randy Orton and Baron Corbin out there watching Lana and Bobby Lashley make out. Like, what the hell? And if anybody who's ever watched WWE would know, whenever you put your significant other, whenever you put like a spouse or a married couple in some kind of love triangle angle, something like that, everybody knows that leads to trouble. Everyone knows that leads to trouble. All right? There's a history of WWE couples splitting up because of WWE putting them in angles like that. The way Bobby Lashley and Lana were making out tonight in that ring, Lana looks like she was enjoying it. She was enjoying it. That didn't seem like Lana was just performing a character or anything like that. The way Lana was going at it with Bobby Lashley tonight, she was enjoying it. She was like, why don't you come to my hotel room after the show is over and we can get on for real? That's the vibe I was getting watching that. Are you kidding me? It was like Lana was just saying, Rusev, you haven't been giving me enough at home. All right? I'm going to go home with Bobby Lashley tonight. Absolutely pathetic. And I feel bad for Rusev having to sit there and watch that crap. Rusev had no reaction on his face. He was just like, wow, really? I hope in that moment, Rusev was thinking, why did I ever come back? Why did I just demand my release or just sit out the rest of my contract? Why would I ever come back to this company that doesn't know how to book me? All right? I really don't understand. And the thing is, I know a little bit about Lana because, anybody that's seen, Total Divas or any of these reality shows that Lana has put on, her personality, she's the kind of person that kind of, she likes to have fun. She likes to mess around a little bit. I'm not saying that Lana would ever go out there and cheat on Rusev or anything like that. All right. The fact that we've almost, went 20 minutes into this review and we're still talking about this. You guys can tell how angry I am. It's absolutely pathetic that WWE would pull that crap tonight. Absolutely pathetic. Instead of focusing on Hell in a Cell, no, you want to end Raw with a storyline that has nothing to do with the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. That's absolute garbage. I don't understand what WWE was thinking with this. I don't understand what they were thinking with this at all. Whoever's idea it was to put that as the ending of Monday Night Raw, you need to be fired immediately. And as you guys can tell, I'm calming down. I'm actually starting to calm down. All right? But man, oh man, this company, they really know how to stress you out. I don't know what the hell they were thinking tonight. I don't know what the hell they were thinking tonight with the ending of Monday Night Raw, having Lana and Bobby Lashley sit there making out at the, oh, man, I really don't know what. Well, we're going to mention it again when we get to the end of the show, but for you guys that wanted my thoughts on, there's a nice little 18-minute rant on Lana and Rusev, all right? All right, Moose, I don't know if you're here, bro, but you guys know Moose. Anybody that's been watching me for a long time, Moose, that's my good friend, my wrestling buddy. Yeah, just wanted to give a quick shout out to my boy Moose if he's here. But yeah, let's get into the introduction. All right, 18 minutes in, 19 minutes in, and now we're getting into the regular introduction. Yo, what up, everybody? It's your boy Fitzmonk TV here, aka G Lauren 33. And if you guys couldn't tell, this is your Monday Night Raw review and results for September 30th, 2019. I want to welcome you guys to the channel. Everybody watching the podcast, if you are old, thank you guys for all the support. You guys know I love you guys. If you guys are new to the channel, I know we're going to probably have some new listeners here tonight. I'm expecting us to get some new subscribers, some new listeners in to the podcast this week because it is WWE Premiere Week with everything going on. Monday Night Raw, NXT on Wednesday, AEW, which I will be covering. All right, AEW Dynamite on Wednesday. I wanted to go to the show, but right now I have work on Wednesday. Unless some miracle happens and I can get out of work, I will be watching AEW Dynamite, and I'll be giving you guys a review after the show. It's gonna be a big week, big week. Most likely, I don't know how I'm gonna do it. We have the Raw review right now going on. This is gonna be one of my longer reviews. All right, we haven't even got into the show. I just did a 20-minute rant. All right, but this is going to be one of my long reviews. Hopefully, you guys stick around for the whole thing, no matter if you're watching live or if you guys are watching later. But Either Tuesday or Thursday, I'm gonna be doing my Hell in a Cell prediction show. All right, it's gonna depend on my schedule. Maybe tomorrow. If not, definitely on Thursday. I'll see how it all fits up. I'm thinking more likely on Thursday, but now with SmackDown being on Fox, and especially SmackDown being 2 days before pay-per-views now, the way I put my preview and prediction shows is gonna be a little bit different. But yes, it's gonna be a very busy week. We got the Raw review going on right now. Tuesday, I'll definitely have some kind of video up, some kind of WWE video up. But we'll see, whatever. I'll figure it out. Wednesday, NXT and AEW. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm definitely going to be doing an AEW review. I don't know if I'm going to do an NXT review in the same video or do something separate. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Should I do AEW and NXT reviews in the same video, or should I do them separate? I don't know yet. All right. Thursday, most likely. We'll have Hell in a Cell preview and predictions. All right. Friday, SmackDown on Fox. So we'll have the SmackDown review. All right. I don't know what I'm going to do Saturday. I might not post on Saturday. I think Saturday is a Dragon Ball day for my anime fans. Plus, I have some vlogs coming out this week. I'm telling you, man, it's going to be a crazy week. Very crazy week. And Sunday's the big day. Hell in a Cell live stream reactions. You guys know the deal. You guys know I do a live stream during the Hell in a Cell where I give my live reaction to all the matches on the show. And then right after Hell in a Cell goes off the air, I will have a review. All right. So hopefully you guys are here tonight for the Raw review. I'll see you guys throughout the week, and definitely for the big Hell in a Cell review. Plus, sometime next week we'll be doing a WWE draft mock-up. All right, I'm gonna be doing my own WWE draft. I'm gonna have probably a tier list or something like that. All right, I'm gonna have all or most of the main roster superstars, the important ones. Okay, and I'll be telling you guys which brand I think they are going to, why, etc., etc. So sometime next week, probably next Tuesday. That's what I'm thinking. Probably next Tuesday for that. But yes, it's gonna be a busy week. Comic Con's also this week. So much is happening, people. So I don't know. It's going to be a crazy week. So make sure you guys have notifications enabled so you guys are notified every time I post a new video. A lot is going down this week, people. So you guys are going to want to be subscribed and have notifications enabled. All right. As always, I was live tweeting a lot during Raw. So as always, if you guys want to talk to me during live shows, Raw, NXT, AEW, SmackDown, pay-per-views, the link is in the description down below. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Snapchat. All right, that's basically the main makeup. Finally, after almost 25 minutes, we can finally get into the show. All right. Yes. So Monday Night Raw, the way Monday Night. But before we get into anything, all right, I want to talk a little bit about. The new set. The new stage, whatever you want to call it. There was a lot of people talking about it, and it was interesting. It was very interesting in my opinion. Very interesting what they were doing with this new set. All right, I think my first impressions on the new set, at least now, Raw has an intro. Raw has a new intro. I like it. It's gonna change. I know it's definitely gonna change because the draft is happening in 2 weeks. So WWE is definitely going to be changing the intro a little bit, especially with new superstars flipping brands. So we'll see how that. I expect Bray and Sasha to be the faces of Monday Night Raw coming out of Hell in a Cell. We've already discussed that in depth. But the new stage, I like that WWE got us a new stage. I do. I appreciate that. I think it's going to take some time for us to get used to. Basically, there's not much to the new stage, really. It is mostly just a big LED board. It's kind of similar to the WrestleMania stage, but different in a way. So it's a huge LED board, really. That's really it. But it allows for them to add new graphics and make the graphics pop out a little bit more. Plus, the bigger thing than the new stage is Raw finally has Pyro back. Pyro is officially back in WWE. We hadn't seen Pyro except for WrestleMania in WWE lately. And I think we had Pyro at the Royal Rumble earlier this year. But I'm so happy Pyro is back. Just seeing, all the fireworks and the Polytonics come on at the beginning of Monday Night Raw. It gave me that old school vibe. I miss seeing Pyro so much, and it got me excited. It got me excited seeing the new intro, seeing the new stage, seeing the Pyro come on to begin the show. It gave me that old school Raw vibe when Raw was in its prime back in the 2000s, man. And it got me excited. It got me excited. And the way Raw started tonight was absolutely electric. It was absolutely crazy. And also seeing Vic Joseph, uh, the new commentary team. I forget the name of the other commentator. Let me check. Let me check real quick. But yes, hold up. I'm going on Twitter right now just to see what was in. Can you guys see them? Someone in the chat. Can you guys tell me what what was the commentator's name? I can't remember it. Yeah, Dio Madden. Dio Madden. All right. I like Dio Madden. I did not know who this guy was before tonight. I know that Paul Heyman was the one that asked WWE to bring Dio Madden in. The guy sounds good on the microphone. All right. It took definitely, you could tell with Vic Joseph and Dio Madden, it took them at least to almost half the show to get used to their new positions. You could tell both of them were nervous, and that's expected when you're the lead commentators for Monday Night Raw. Somewhere where millions and millions of people are watching each and every week. The flagship show of Monday Night Raw. Even though we expect SmackDown to be the A show going forward, Monday Night Raw will always be WWE's flagship show. That's never going to change. All right? You could tell they were nervous. And I expected that. So I'm not going to go out here and criticize them on that. As the show went on, they settled in. One thing I will say is you could tell Vince McMahon gave Jerry Lawler the clearance to do whatever he wants. All right, Jerry Lawler felt more like the lead commentator on this show than Vic Joseph. And I'm not going to sit here and rant about that because Jerry Lawler is a legend, and definitely going forward, they do need to find an actual, oh my gosh. Somebody just texted me about Bobby Lashley. But going forward, they do need to find an actual replacement for Jerry Lawler. All right. I didn't mind it too much tonight. Yes, Jerry Lawler is a legend. And I grew up listening to him and Jim Ross, listening to him and Michael Cole back in the day. I love Jerry Lawler. All right. Love him on the mic. In 2019, should he be on commentary? Unless it's a special occasion? No. He should not be on commentary at all unless it's a special occasion. They do need to find a third man. Honestly, I would be more fine with it just being Dio Madden and Vic Joseph. I would be just fine with those two being the two, but we'll have to wait and see. There are rumors saying that it could be potentially Mickie James. In a couple weeks, Mickie James could become the third, analyst on commentary, being that woman like they have Beth Phoenix on NXT and, Renee Young on SmackDown. We'll have to wait and see because none of these changes are going to be probably finalized until after the WWE draft, until we know what the rosters, until the rosters are set in stone and we know what WWE has planned. All right. But that's just my thoughts on the commentary team and all that. So I like the commentary team. Hearing Vic Joseph tonight, it felt like a breath of fresh air. Seeing Pyro back got me so excited. And the new stage, I don't mind it. It's just going to take some time for us to get used to. And I love the new graphics. The graphics on SmackDown look absolutely fantastic. But Raw, their graphics are okay. Even though SmackDown got way better graphics. But getting into the show, man, 30 minutes into the pod, and now we're getting into Raw. Rey Mysterio opens up the show. And he comes out, and at first I thought, ooh, this is a new era. We're going to start off with Rey Mysterio versus Seth Rollins right at the top of Raw. No, Rey Mysterio came out in, jeans, a shirt, jacket, whatever. And he took the mic and he started talking about, and we saw Dominic, his son, in the front row. And there's been rumors talking about how down the line they could be planning some kind of match with Rey Mysterio and Dominic for WrestleMania. So, but tonight could be the start of that buildup. We'll just have to wait and see where WWE goes with that. But we have Rey Mysterio. He starts talking about how tonight, he's wrestling in front of his son and how excited he is and how he's going to bring the Universal title home to his family. And then out of nowhere, Brock Lesnar's music comes up. And then Brock Lesnar does his entrance, and then he has his fireworks back, his normal fireworks back. I got very excited to see those. And I'm just thinking, whoa, this is something. This is different. Lesnar and Rey Mysterio, man. We haven't seen these two go at it in maybe 15 years. Lesnar and I know Lesnar and Mysterio had a couple matches way back in the day when Rey was younger, when Lesnar was just getting started in WWE. You know, I'm talking about prime Brock Lesnar. But Mysterio Lesnar circles the league. He walks in. He rips the mic from Mysterio, gives it to Paul Heyman. Mysterio rips the mic back from Heyman, and then this leads to Lesnar F5ing Rey Mysterio, emphatic F5. All right. Then he picks up Mysterio again like dead weight. Oh my god, dude! Lesnar picked up Mysterio like he was a freaking just tree stick. Picks him up again like nothing. A second F5. Then he goes outside to the ring. He confronts Dominic, who is looking on in absolute terror. Dominic is looking at Lesnar. Lesnar is just staring him down. And then Dominic just slowly sits back, slowly leans back in his chair like, I'm sorry, man. I don't want no problems. Like, damn right, you don't want no problems with Brock Lesnar. Holy crap. All right. But Lesnar grabs Dominic, who is sitting now, throws him out of his seat onto the concrete, onto the mat, then picks up Dominic like he's nothing, the same way he did the Mysterio, and just pushes him into the LED board, and just looked like it hurt. All right? I know Dominic's been training at the Performance Center, but there's nothing that can prepare you for a beast like Brock Lesnar. Nothing that can prepare you. It doesn't matter who you are. All right? But we see Lesnar just throwing Dominic into the barricade. He throws him into the ring, starts doing suplexes on him. Mysterio tries to stop Lesnar. All right, Rey Mysterio watching his son just get destroyed. I love the way the commentators were acting. All right, they're like, no, like this is downright criminal. Someone needs to stop this. Paul Heyman on the outside just yelling at Lesnar to stop, and Lesnar's just not stopping at all. Lesnar picks up Mysterio, hits him with a third F5, another F5, absolutely crazy. And this segment was beautiful. I love the way they did this segment. All right, loved what they did here, and just looking on at everything. Just looking on at everything they're doing here. You have the referees. You have, backstage producers coming out, just trying to stop Lesnar. Lesnar starts this kicking their asses as well. Lesnar leaves the ring, and then as he's leaving, he turns back around and he attacks Dominic again. And man, did this attack look like it hurt. I would not be surprised if Dominic actually has a couple broken bones. I know Dominic's been, training at the Performance Center, but man, oh man, that looked like it hurt. That looked absolutely brutal what Lesnar was doing to Dominic. All right, so Lesnar finally leaves, and then we see Mysterio. Mysterio's crying like, "I'm sorry, son," as they're putting Dominic into the gurney. They put a neck strap on him. Dominic looked legitimately hurt. I will not be surprised if Dominic actually got hurt tonight. All right, and I know this was for storyline, but still, man, Lesnar. I don't know. Lesnar absolutely went full force on Dominic, full force. But the way I'm thinking is, part of me was thinking, and we heard, Jay Lawler reported throughout the night that Lesnar was being questioned by the authorities, this, even though we never saw that on actual TV. That was a storyline, basically. I'm thinking, man, what they had planned. So you had Rey Mysterio set the face Seth Rollins later in the night for the Universal Championship, right? That was your plan later on the show, to have Seth face Rey Mysterio, which I thought was going to be a barn burner. Yeah, Seth Rollins, right? When you deactivated your Twitter and you were just talking all that nonsense, like how you've been waiting for this match with Rey Mysterio, right? Yeah. It looks like you're not going to get your wish, bud. Shut the hell up, you damn clown, Seth Rollins. But you see Lesnar, he leaves, and I'm thinking, all right. So Seth versus Rey Mysterio, that clearly is not going to help. That's not going to happen. We see Rey leave the arena in an ambulance with Dominic. So we're like, the Universal title match is not going to happen. So a couple things are going through my mind. One, who's going to replace Rey Mysterio? All right. I was thinking, no, Moose actually told me, my boy Anthony, he texted me, he was like, this is going to be how they bring John Morrison back. I was like thinking, I was thinking that would definitely be a shock, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's what WWE was going to do. I did not think they would pick Rusev to be the guy to fill Seth's spot, which we'll talk about later, even though I kind of already ranted on that at the beginning of the show. You decided to go down that direction. Okay, sure. You go down that direction. And I'm just thinking, all right, what's the consequences here for Lesnar? He attacked Dominic, who is not signed by WWE per storyline. All right. WWE, Dominic is just Ray's son. He's just a member of the crowd. Lesnar not only attacked him, but he put his hand on multiple WWE officials. Wouldn't that call for repercussions? Wouldn't that call for Lesnar to be suspended? Wouldn't that call for Lesnar to possibly have his WWE Championship opportunity against Kofi Kingston on SmackDown on Fox this Friday to potentially be taken away from him? Wouldn't that make sense? That's what I'm thinking. Wouldn't that make sense? No. WWE doesn't do that. No repercussions. Lesnar doesn't get anything. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Lesnar just gets to walk in, destroy Dominic, destroy a couple of WWE officials, and nothing happens. What sense does that make? So you're telling me any WWE superstar can just beat up a member of the WWE Universe, just take a random fan out of the crowd, beat them up, beat up a couple of WWE officials, and nothing happens? Not at all. This is a situation where you get Triple H or one of the higher authority figures involved. But I know since Raw doesn't have a GM or anything like that, still, all right, where's the WWE Board of Directors? What sense does that make? So Lesnar can just do whatever he wants and gets no repercussions. Lesnar's most likely going to win the WWE Championship this Friday on SmackDown. But yet, nothing's done. He can just run wild, right? This company makes absolute no sense. This is the things that I think about. All right, because people are just going to take what they see tonight and be like, ooh, I love that segment. And yes, it was a damn good segment. But still, you have to think a little bit outside the box. What this means in the future. All right, what does this mean down the road? And one thing I think they're going to be doing, all right, is I'm pretty confident Lesnar is going to beat Kofi, on Friday. I'll be shocked if Kofi walks out of that show still WWE champion. All right. What I think they're going to do is they're going to have Lesnar win the title. They're going to have Rey Mysterio drafted to SmackDown because there's no way Rey Mysterio is going to take this. No, it doesn't matter how small Rey is compared to Brock. They're going to do the David versus Goliath story. All right? And if I'm WWE, if I'm smart, if I'm doing this the smart way, I'm saving this. This is going all the way to WrestleMania. Because we've heard a lot of rumors about potentially Rey Mysterio asking for his out clause. Because Rey Mysterio, his out clause in his contract, all right, his out clause for his contract with WWE is right after WrestleMania. So if Rey chooses, because Rey signed for 2 years, all right, if Rey wants, he can ask for a release from his contract, and WWE would have to give it to him, all right, after WrestleMania, if Rey wants to. What I would do with WWE is, and my boy Luke he's already 2 steps ahead of me. You could either have, if you want to have Lesnar win the title, that's fine. But another direction you can go to is you can have, if I'm Rey Mysterio, I'm costing Brock Lesnar the WWE Championship on SmackDown. I'm costing him the WWE Championship. All right? I'm not going to let you come in. I'm not going to let you come in, attack my son, send him to the hospital, cost me my Universal title opportunity, and then just let you win the WWE Championship later in the week. If I'm Rey Mysterio, I'm showing up to SmackDown on Fox, and I'm costing Lesnar the WWE Championship. All right? And then later down the line, if you want to give Lesnar the title, fine. But the way I'm doing it is I'm building this all the way to WrestleMania. WrestleMania, Rey Mysterio versus Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship. And there you have Rey Mysterio win the WWE title. That's what I would do. Make up for the big mistake you made all the way back in 2011. If you guys remember back in 2011 when Rey Mysterio beat The Miz for the WWE Championship. And then later that night, they had John Cena win the WWE Championship to set up CM Punk and John Cena at SummerSlam. You guys remember that? Rey never bounced back from that. He never did. This is now all these years later how the cycle plays out. You have Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania 36 win the WWE Championship from Brock Lesnar. Dominic and Rey getting the ultimate payback on Lesnar for what he did tonight. I hope that's what WWE's thinking. And if they're not thinking about this, you bet somebody share this, someone get this to a WWE official, say this is how you book Rey Mysterio versus Brock Lesnar from here on forth. This Friday, you have Rey cost Lesnar the WWE Championship. And then later on, Lesnar wins the WWE Championship. Then at WrestleMania 36 in Tampa Bay, you have Rey Mysterio versus Lesnar for the WWE Championship. And you have Rey win the title, getting the ultimate payback on Lesnar. That's my thoughts on that. All right, moving on. We had Sasha Banks versus Alexa Bliss. This was a very short. This match only went 5-6 minutes. This was a very short match. All right. Sasha Banks, I love the way her new graphics looked. I absolutely love the way her new graphics look with the new stage. All right. They looked absolutely amazing. All right. And we know Alexa Bliss and Sasha Banks, they don't like each other. They don't like each other at all. All right. And I can tell, I don't know if it was because this match was very short. It was only 5 or 6 minutes. Sasha did get the win by using the tights. Of course, it makes sense since she is a heel. I still don't know if Alexa Bliss is a babyface or not. I still don't know. All right. I go through this every single week. If you're going to turn Alexa Bliss babyface, just do it. And another thing I have to complain about. Sasha Banks, like I say here every single week, Sasha Banks is the best female wrestler in the world, bar none. It's non-debatable. And she will prove that once again at Hell in a Cell. All right? Sasha Banks and Alexa Bliss, the match wasn't anything good. All right? I'm not going to, it was whatever. I don't know if Sasha was giving it her all. I know she doesn't like Alexa that much. There was more important things going on than the actual match itself. Sasha gets the win over Alexa. But one thing that got me mad is, why the hell, if you're the best female wrestler in the world, where's Sasha's pyro? Why does Sasha get pyro? Why does Alexa Bliss get pyro? Huh? There is nothing about Bliss's entrance that tells me that she needs pyro. They had these little sparkle effects. I know, she's Little Miss Bliss and all that other crap, but those sparkles in her entrance tonight made no sense at all. No sense. Instead, they should add pyro for Sasha Banks this Sunday. If I'm WWE, I'm looking into adding pyro for Sasha Banks, especially since Sasha's going to be the face of Monday Night Raw coming out of the draft, because we all know Becky's getting moved to SmackDown. All right? But also, Becky got her steam back. I kind of like that. Becky Lynch got her entrance. She was on commentary for this match, and I like that she got her steam back, which we haven't seen in a long time. It fits her entrance. It definitely fits Becky's entrance. And watch. Charlotte on SmackDown is gonna get 1,000 fireworks. She's gonna get the most gigantic burst of fireworks that we ever seen for one superstar's pyro ever. Watch Charlotte's entrance this Friday. It's going to be absolute craziness. All right? It's going to be craziness. Sasha deserves pyro more than anybody. All right? Bayley, she still has those her inflatables, even though those should have been gone a long time ago. Becky has her steam. Charlotte's going to get some kind of pyro this week. It's time for Sasha to get some damn pyro. She's part of the Four Horsewomen. She's the best female wrestler in the world. There's no reason why Sasha shouldn't have pyro. I don't care what anybody says. All right. But after the match, and I kind of like this. During the match, actually, we see Sasha. She ignores Alexa. She gets on the top rope. She's staring down Becky, who's at the commentary desk. Becky, who's looking kind of hot, I'm not gonna lie. Becky takes off her blazer. All right. She has like tape, and she's wrapping around her wrist. She was just waiting for Sasha and Alexa's match to win. Sasha wins by using the tights, heel move, and then Becky and Sasha brawl after the match. Sasha pulling a heel move. She runs. Well, she doesn't run. She escapes through the crowd. All right. Becky grabs a microphone, saying, "This Sunday, after all you've done to make it personal, I'm gonna make it painful for you. You're not gonna leave that cell until I say." Hey, I still think Sasha's winning. No doubt in my mind. Me and Moose almost got into one of our classic arguments, saying Sasha's not gonna win. The main reason why I think Sasha's gonna win, all right, is if Sasha doesn't win, why the hell did you bring her back? Why the hell did you bring her back if you're not going to have Sasha be the face of Monday Night Raw coming out of the draft? And we all know Becky's getting moved to SmackDown. It's basically been confirmed for months now. We're just waiting for the draft. All right? Hell in a Cell is going to set up Sasha to be the face of Raw, for Becky to, relinquish the Raw Women's Championship because she's done all she really could with that title. All right? She's becoming a little bit stale as champion. Becky's going to move on to SmackDown, probably feud with Bayley over the SmackDown Women's Championship over the next couple months. And then we're going to have Becky on SmackDown. Sasha's going to be on Raw. I think Charlotte might get moved over to Raw. I don't know what they're going to do. All right, we'll have to wait and see. But that's the main reason why I'm confident. I'm pretty confident Sasha's going to win this Sunday. All right. And thing is, I feel like the way they did it with the attack tonight, they did it so Becky would continue to look strong. Because remember, Sasha did attack her pretty violent attack right last week. I feel like they did that to have Becky and Sasha both have momentum. Because Sasha didn't really lose any momentum tonight at all. She beat Alexa, and Sasha could easily just say, "Oh, I'm saving what I'm going to do to you for Sunday. Why would I fight you tonight when I could just save for Sunday?" And Sasha's right. Becky's right. Sasha's not going to have nowhere to run inside Hell in a Cell. All right, but remember, Becky's never been inside Hell in a Cell. Sasha has. Sasha's definitely going to use that experience to her advantage, and Sasha will win the Raw Women's Championship this Sunday, no doubt in my mind. All right, but that's about it there. Next up, we had the Raw Tag Team Championship match. We had Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode versus Heavy Machinery. Sleeping Angels, what did he say? Let's rant. She should have ended. Yes. Sleeping, you got to fix your grammar on that. I don't know what you're trying to say, bro. But for the Raw Tag Team Championship, we had Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler versus Heavy Machinery. And I will say one thing about Jerry Lawler. All right. Yeah, Sasha should have won clean, but I'm fine with it. All right, I'm fine with it. I'm not gonna get too mad at it at the end of the day. The fact that Sasha won is all that matters. But what were we talking about? Oh yeah, we're talking about Raw Tag Team Championship. One thing I will say, Jerry Lawler, as much as I love him, he did take a lot away from not as much Vic Joseph, for more what's his name again? Dio Madden. All right, am I saying his name correctly? Dio Madden, yes. He did take a little bit from Dio Madden, but I say that more because Dio Madden, this was his first night on Monday Night Raw. Jerry Lawler's been a commentator for like 30 years now. All right, he's one of the most iconic, if not the most iconic commentator in WWE history, alongside Jim Ross. So I'm not gonna get too mad at that. I know there was some people complaining about that, but Jerry Lawler, he didn't even sound that bad to me on commentary tonight. I feel like as Dio Madden and Vic Joseph, they get more experience over the next couple of weeks. We'll see Jerry Lawler take a step back. Plus, we know Jerry Lawler being on Raw's commentary team is very temporary. All right. But back to the Raw Tag Team Championship match. This was not a bad match. Not much happened. But this was a good match. It got a decent amount of time. And Otis and Tucker, they took this match pretty seriously. I love, when Otis did the double worm elbow drop on Rude and Ziggler. Rude and Ziggler, even though they've only been together for a couple weeks, they looked pretty well. This match was definitely better than what Rude and Ziggler did with Rollins and Strowman at Clash Champions, and it was a good match. So throughout basically the first hour of Monday Night Raw was pretty good. It was pretty good, not bad at all, not bad. I had Rude and Ziggler winning this match. It would have been a shock if it would have been a pretty big shock to me personally if Heavy Machinery would have won this match. But definitely, Heavy Machinery, they will eventually win Tag Team Gold, no matter if it's on Raw or SmackDown. Heavy Machinery is too good. All right. And then just a quick question: if you guys could let me know in the comment section, is Otis actually dating Mandy Rose in real life? I've been looking at Otis's Instagram page. Some people are telling me that they're actually dating. I don't know. If Otis is actually dating Mandy Rose, congrats for him. That guy got a real dime. All right, just wanted to put that out real quick. But so get some in the comment section or someone in the live chat. Just let me know if that's actually true or not. I don't know. I get confused on that. But okay, we're gonna have to rant a little bit about this. All right. So Miz TV with special guest Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan. All right. At first, when this was first announced last week, we all thought really this was the setup, potentially another Fiend attack. Because we know the Fiend, he's been taking out legends left and right. We didn't even see Braun Strowman on tonight's show. All right, hopefully that means Strowman's getting moved to SmackDown because Strowman needs a fresh start. But we've seen the Fiend take out legends like Kurt Angle, like Mick Foley, like Jerry the King Lawler, all right, in past weeks. So I thought, why not have the Fiend cross out two other big names, two of the best of all time in Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair. So you had the Miz come out, you had Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan come out, and man, this was one of the most bizarre segments I've seen in a very, very long time. All right, the stuff that we saw in this segment, it really, just mind boggled me. I did not understand what the hell WWE was doing with this. All right, and one segment they teased a match between Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair, and I actually thought for a second WWE was gonna book Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan for Crown Jewel. Those nightmares actually came into my system. All right. Because the Miz was talking about Crown Jewel and talking about this historic match. And for a second there, I thought they were going to announce that match for Crown Jewel. And I would have came on here. And you guys saw how I ranted about Lana and Bobby Lashley at the beginning of the show. That would pale in comparison to what I would have ranted or how I would have ranted if they announced Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan. Imagine two late 60, early 70-year-old men going at it at Crown Jewel. That would have been, oh man. Luckily, that's not where they were going with this. But the way Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan were going on, in 1 second they had Ric Flair, acting like a heel. All right, he was getting, Ric Flair was talking about how he was tired of hearing Hulk Hogan's theme song, how he'd been hearing that theme song for over 30 years, how he was sick of it, And it was just bizarre the way Ric Flair was acting. There was push in this where I was thinking, is Ric Flair is he drugged? All right. It was like I don't know if Ric Flair just didn't have his hearing aid because he kept asking Miz to repeat what he said. I don't know if that was the deal, or I don't know if Ric Flair just had not memorized his script. All right, because Ric Flair was going from every single team, was going from this topic to that topic. 1 second he's talking to the Miz, another second he's talking about getting jealous about Hogan's theme song. They're like, I don't know what the hell Ric Flair was doing out there tonight. I don't know if he had too many drinks. We all know Ric Flair, even at his age, he's still a big partier. But I don't know what Flair was doing. And then you had Jim Stewart out there with Hulk Hogan, man. This segment was cringe. And the way Miz was sucking up to both, it was like, I don't know what the hell they were doing. But I was scared. I was legit scared that we were going to get Hogan versus Flair booked for Crown Jewel. But instead, WWE announced that they would be having a 5v5 historic tag team match, all right, with Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan being the co-captains for their teams. And man, I was sitting there when they announced this. I was like, "What?" This is my problem. I understand that WWE has this agreement. Saudi Arabia is paying WWE a ton of money, and we don't know if Vince is taking that money and just putting that money into XFL. We don't know that shit. All right, everyone knows that. But we know that Saudi Arabia is paying WWE a lot of money to put on these shows in Saudi Arabia. That's pure fact. All right, but we see this. Why the hell? Why in the world would you book a 5v5 tag team match? I don't care if it's a historic match. I don't care what it is. Why the hell would you book a 5v5 tag team match at Crowd Jew 2 weeks before Survivor Series? When Survivor Series is known for having the staple 5v5 Survivor Series tag team match. It's one of the biggest things, if not the biggest things, if not the biggest thing Survivor Series is known for. The historic 5v5 tag team match. And the fact that WWE decides to book a 5v5 tag team match 2 weeks before Survivor Series at Crowd Jew was mind-boggling. I was just thinking, what in the actual hell are you thinking here? What are you doing? What are you doing here? It makes zero sense. And what do the winners at Crowd Jew get? What do the winners at Crowd Jew actually get if they win this match? I don't know. You know, I did see a graphic. On Twitter a couple of days ago of Crowd Jew. WWE's already promoting. I saw like Seth Rollins, Kofi Kingston, The New Day, Randy Orton, and you know the Fiend. And I don't know there was a bunch of men on that poster. I'm sitting here thinking those are probably going to be most of the day for this 5v5 tag team match. The thing that I'm thinking is, what do the winners get? What do the winners get? All right, you had Hulk Hogan come out and announce that Seth Rollins was going to be the other captain of Team Hogan, and then Ric Flair had Randy Orton come out, and then the second Seth Rollins came out, and you know, I'll say this, I did like how they had, you know, flames for his entrance, you know, the whole burn it down thing. But the thing about it is, Seth Rollins had a interview, or was interviewed by Charlie Caruso earlier on tonight, and then Seth Rollins on the mic tonight. I'm gonna say out there, Seth Rollins at this point in time, babyface Seth Rollins, he is more cringe on the mic than Roman Reigns was 2015 to 2018. When Roman Reigns was being pushed down our throats each and every week, all right? And I couldn't stand seeing Roman Reigns on my television. Seth Rollins is at that point for me right now. I don't give a damn about anything that comes out of Seth Rollins' mouth. Everything that comes out of Seth Rollins' mouth to me is cancer, is pure garbage. It's cancerous. All right, the guy coming out there, he's sucking up the Hulk Hogan, sucking up the Ric Flair. You know, Seth Rollins sitting up there the same way he was sucking up the Stone Cold Steve Austin when Raw was in Madison Square Garden a couple weeks ago. You know, he's sitting up there saying, "Oh, what you gonna do when Seth Rollins and Team Hogan come running on you?" I'm just like, shut the hell up. Shut up, Seth Rollins. Shut up. That's what I was thinking. Pure garbage. Absolute garbage. I don't know what they were thinking about here. You know, if they were planning on doing this match at Survivor Series, that's one thing. But the fact they're putting it on Crown Jewel, a show that pretty much doesn't mean jack crap in the grand scheme of things, it's just meant for Saudi Arabia. Pure garbage. Absolute nonsense. Disgusting. Disgusting. This segment was cringe. You know, you had King Corbin come out alongside. You know, the one line that my favorite line from this segment was Randy Orton telling Seth Rollins to pull his head out of Hulk Hogan's ass. True words have never been more spoken. No matter who Seth Rollins is in the ring with, he's always kissing up, especially to the legends. It makes me absolutely sick. No matter if it's Seth Rollins and DX, you know, with Shawn Michaels and Triple H, no matter if it's Stone Cold Steve Austin, tonight with Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan. Pure garbage. Absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. All right. I don't know what the hell this thing was. And the thing about it is, Ric Flair, after Ric Flair was, drunk or he forgot his script, Hogan and Miz were basically leading, Flair through the segment. I don't know what the hell this was. All right. I don't know. It makes no sense to me. No sense to me that they're doing a Crown Jewel 5v5 elimination tag team match just 2 weeks before Survivor Series. I don't know what the hell. Next up, we had a backstage promo by AOP. They've been doing this the last couple weeks, and I like this because it makes AOP look important. It makes them look like mafia monsters. And then when AOP, and I'm willing to bet we probably won't see AOP back in the ring again dominating until after the WWE draft in a couple weeks. That's probably when we'll see AOP back in the ring. I like this. I don't mind this. They're 1 to 2 minute promo segments, and it makes AOP look dominant. It looks like they're a monster. It makes them look like people to be feared upon in the WWE tag team division. So it doesn't matter if they're on Raw or SmackDown. WWE, they have a very good amount of tag teams right now. All right, very good amount. I wish they would just merge the divisions, the Raw and SmackDown tag team divisions together. I wish they would do that. All right. But, still, if WWE does the draft correctly, and we'll do this in our mock draft next week, if WWE does this and sets it up correctly, all right, if they set this up correctly, they could have coming out of the WWE draft, they could have 2 really good, really strong tag team divisions. All right. You have a lot of good teams. You have the Viking Raiders. You have OC. You have AOP. You have the Usos. You have Heavy Machinery. Runa Ziggler. You have the New Day. And I'm probably missing a couple other teams on there. But you have the Revival. You have the Street Profits. WWE, if done correctly, they have a really good amount of tag teams. Really good amount of tag teams on the main roster. Hopefully, WWE, going into this draft, they do a smart. They book these divisions smartly, but we'll have to wait and see. Speaking of the OC and the Viking Raiders and the OC went up against each other tonight. This was a good match. The only thing about it is we saw this match last week. This was basically rinse and repeat of what we saw last week. And honestly, if this is supposed to be your season premiere, you should be giving us some fresh matchups. I would love to see the Viking Raiders versus AOP. I would love to see them feud over the Raw Tag Team Championships. All right. Right now, the card for Hell in a Cell, it doesn't make a lot of sense. There's not a lot of matches announced for Hell in a Cell. They're really not. I think there's only really like 4 or 5 matches that have been actually announced for the show. I don't know if WWE's just going to announce a bunch of random matches later this week, or if they're planning for, the 2 big matches at Hell in a Cell between Sasha and Becky and the Fiend and Seth. I don't know. They're just planning to really make those matches, really long, 30 to 40 minutes to make up a good amount of the runtime of Hell in a Cell. We'll have to wait and see. SmackDown will probably have the fully made, the fully loaded card for Hell in a Cell set in stone. But the Viking Raiders win this match, etc. Next up, we had Ricochet versus Cesaro. We've seen this match before. All right, Cesaro in the backstage segment was basically crapping on Rey Mysterio, basically saying, "Oh, what Lesnar did tonight, Cesaro will do the same thing to him." Basically, Ricochet then challenges Cesaro to a match. This match wasn't bad. I love Cesaro. I love Ricochet. We've seen this match before. I would honestly like to see a fresher matchup for Ricochet. All right, especially this being the season premiere. You should have some fresh matchups set in stone for this show. But this was a bad match. Basically, I think I forgot how Ricochet won. I think he won with a roll up. This wasn't a bad match. Nothing really special happened in this match. Moving on. Next up, we had Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt did another Firefly Funhouse segment, and basically this was the build towards Hell in a Cell. He was basically the whole theme of this Firefly Funhouse episode was the theme of horror, fear, talking about how he the castmates, the rabbit and the pigs and I forget that bird and that witch type kid. They were all talking about how they're scared for Hell in a Cell. They're scared it's going to happen. Rambling Rabbit, basically Rambling Rabbit kind of died to open the Firefly Funhouse, but Bray Wyatt, you know, we'll probably see Rambling Rabbit back alive next week because this is the first time we've seen Bray Wyatt destroy Rambling Rabbit. Whatever. They always come back alive next week, but basically they were all worried about the horror that the Fiend would inflict on the Beast Slayer inside Hell in a Cell. But Bray Wyatt considered asking the Fiend to be nice to Rollins before laughing at the idea. So the whole thing is, I just love what they do with these Firefly Funhouse segments. Someone on YouTube needs to make a compilation. Someone on YouTube needs to seriously make a compilation of Bray Wyatt and these Firefly Funhouse segments. All right, I could legit sit back for an hour and just watch these Firefly Funhouse segments. That would be pretty fun. I love the Firefly Funhouse. This did its job. This basically set up the Fiend to be more of a destructive force and someone for Seth Rollins to really fear coming out of or going into Hell in a Cell. Another thing, speaking of the Fiend, we know that he's been promoting and marketing the Fiend a lot. I like what they're doing. All right, the way we're seeing, and they're doing it in different ways that you don't expect. At the beginning of Monday Night Raw, when they put the "Then Down Forever" thing, you see, small glimpses of the Fiend. When Raw goes to commercial, randomly you'll see the Fiend appear. When Raw is flashing graphics, randomly you see the Fiend appear. All right, it's like the Fiend. His presence is always there. And there was people on Twitter. I saw people on Twitter. There was specifically a couple that was or a friend, or there was a guy that was watching Raw with a friend, two people that don't really watch WWE, and they were asking questions about who was this creepy character that WWE kept putting on the screen. So that shows you that the Fiend character is indeed working and people are getting behind it. I love the Fiend. This Sunday needs to be his coordination when him and Sasha. This needs to be their coordination when they're both made the faces of Monday Night Raw. Next up, United States Championship match. AJ Styles versus Cedric Alexander. This was a great match. This was definitely better than their Clash of Champions match. Remember the match they had on the pre-show? And the thing about it is the match they had on the pre-show was pretty damn good. It was a very short match, but it was pretty damn good. This match was better. It got a good 15 minutes. It was very fast-paced. These two go at it very nicely. I love seeing these two go at it. The way the match ended was back and forth. Cedric Alexander was pretty close. He had a couple near falls on AJ Styles. But, we see Alexander, he tried to set up Styles for the lumbar check. Styles reversed it into a beautiful Styles class. I love when Styles does these unique style classes. 1, 2, 3 Styles retains versus Cedric Alexander. And in my eyes, this should end the feud between Styles and Alexander. Styles, who is the heel, he's beaten Alexander, 3 times clean. He's beaten him twice for the U.S. title and pinned him clean in tag team action. All right. The way I see it, Alexander, I know he's a babyface, but they're clearly not going to give him the United States Championship. If they were going to have Alexander beat Styles, they would have already done it. They would have already done it. I don't think Styles is going to defend at Hell in a Cell because why would he? You already have an opponent for him. I don't want to see as great as Alexander and Styles that match was. Alexander, he hasn't earned another championship opportunity. So it's gonna be interesting to see who they set up next for Styles. I love Styles. I love what he's doing, man. And I just love the way Styles is booked as a heel. The way Styles is booked as a heel is the way I would book Sasha Banks as a heel. If you look at it, most of the time, Styles wins clean. He doesn't need the OC to beat someone like Alexander. He wins clean most of the time. Yes, every once in a while he has the OC get involved or he might pull a dirty trick. But most of the time, Styles, in my opinion, being the best male wrestler in the world. Sasha's the best female, but AJ being the best male wrestler in the world, he goes out there and he does his job. He doesn't always need the OC there fighting his battles for him, and I like the way they did that tonight. So Styles retains the United States Championship. I think this ends their feud for now, but we'll have to wait and see what WWE has planned for Styles. Right now, I don't see him defending at Hell in a Cell since, like I said, you don't really have an opponent for him. But we'll just have to wait and see. Next up, Natalya versus Lacey Evans. This was garbage. This was garbage. I didn't care about this at all. They've been doing this little mini feud between between Natalya and Lacey Evans for the last month, but I just don't care. Lacey Evans is cringe. Natalya is get off my TV, in my opinion. So I just have no care for what they do with Natalya and Lacey Evans. I know Natalya. I think Lacey Evans won this by rolling up Natalya with the tights, almost the same way that Sasha beat Bliss early on in the night. But it is what it is. Speaking of Sasha Banks, after her segment with Becky tonight, we heard Becky on the mic multiple times, but we saw there was a backstage interview with Maria Kanellis. Who gives a fuck? The whole point is Maria just didn't want, Maria. Facts. I'm just thinking about that. The fact that Sasha versus Alexa, that match was shorter than the awful match between Natalya and Lacey Evans. You're right about that, Sleeping Angels. But we see Maria Kanellis, basically she confirmed that Rusev was not the father of her baby. All right, whatever. We don't care. But we had Natalya. No, not Natalya. We had Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks, after Maria's interview was done, Sasha grabs the microphone from Charlie Caruso and basically goes off on Becky Lynch. I love it. You guys know how much I love Sasha. Best female wrestler in the world. You guys know the deal with that. But basically, Sasha said, I love, there was a specific quote Sasha said. She's like, yes, I will make sure this Sunday that no man will win my match. All right, because Sasha Banks is out there proclaiming that the Hell in a Cell is her match, which kind of is since she's the only woman that's been in Hell in a Cell twice. So this Sunday, when she wins, she will become Mrs. Hell in a Cell. She will become Mrs. Hell in a Cell. Sasha has to win this Sunday. She has to win. I think Bayley will get involved, but we'll talk about that more in the preview prediction show later this week. But Sasha with a fire promo. And then the end of the show, Seth Rollins versus Rusev for the Universal title. I'm ranting. All right, Sleeping. I see what you said there. But Sasha, Sasha, she didn't really lose momentum, bro. I don't think Sasha really lost momentum in that segment with Becky. Sasha, she didn't really run it. It's not like she ran all the way through the crowd. It was more Sasha just being, I'm going to save my energy for Sunday. All right, why would I fight you now when I can fight you on Sunday when it means the most? Because Becky wanted to fight Ned there. Sasha's like, no, you wait till Sunday when I beat you and take the Raw Women's Championship for you. That's just my opinion. But into the main event, Rusev versus Rollins for the Universal title. I've already ranted on this enough. All right, if you guys are just coming into the stream now, just go back and watch the first 20 minutes of the show. I'm not going to rant about this anymore. The fact that this is what they had planned, and the fact is, the thing that gets me mad is they teased during the break. I think it was during either the Styles and Alexander match or during Natalya and Evans match. They teased. We see a white limo pull up to the arena, and we're thinking, who's showing up to the arena at this time? I was thinking, oh, it's probably John Morrison. It's Johnny Mundo. No. All right. Sleeping Angels, watch the first 20 minutes of my rant. Watch the first 20 minutes of the Raw review. You guys will see how bad I ranted. That's going to go down as one of my most iconic rants of all time. And I've had some good ones, but that one's going to go down in the history books. All right. But honestly, garbage. You bring Rusev and Lana back to television for this? What? So we can watch Lashley and Lana have a porn scene to end Raw? Are you fucking kidding me? Honestly, I'm done. I'm not gonna get into it anymore. WWE they'll learn. They'll learn once NXT is the only thing. Really, the NXT is the only thing that might keep AEW from not catching up to WWE. It is a blessing that NXT is going up against AEW on Wednesdays. Because if AEW was going up against Raw and SmackDown, well, maybe not SmackDown, just Monday Night Raw in general, then AEW would destroy Raw in the ratings each and every week. There's no doubt in my mind. All right? No doubt in my mind. Right? That ending from Monday Night Raw was garbage. I don't care if Rollins got attacked by the Fiend again tonight. All right? The only thing that I'm thinking about is how we were forced to watch that garbage with Lana and Bobby Lashley making out. Right? I don't know what the hell they were thinking. All right? But we'll have to wait and see where they go. I know they're going to continue this garbage again next week because you guys know it's WWE. All right? But yeah, other than that, that's it for tonight's review. I want to thank everyone that came through. I know during the review, a lot of people were coming in, a lot of people going out. Numbers kept going up and down. But I want to thank everybody who came through tonight's review, no matter if you're an OG member of the channel like Sleeping Angels. If you guys are a long-term subscriber, I want to thank you guys for the support. If you guys are new to the channel, welcome to the channel. I hope you guys enjoyed what you guys saw tonight. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe for more news, reviews. You guys know everything WWE. I cover that here on the channel. Make sure to have notifications enabled so you guys are notified every time I post a new video. Just one more quick reminder, as always, follow me on social media. The links are in the description down below. I love talking to you guys about WWE and everything like that. Just a quick reminder. Tuesday, I don't know if I'm going to be posting a video tomorrow, but Wednesday, NXT review, AEW review. Wednesday, I don't know if I'm going to do both reviews together or if I'm going to do them separate. We'll have to wait and see. Thursday, I think that will most likely be Hell in a Cell preview and prediction show. Friday, SmackDown on Fox. We're going to have that review. Sunday, Hell in a Cell live stream. All right, Hell in a Cell live stream. And then Hell in a Cell review right after the show goes off the air. And then sometime next week, we'll be back with the normal schedule. And then sometime during the week, I will be doing a WWE draft mock-up, a mock WWE draft. So there's a lot to look forward to. Plus, Comic-Con is this weekend. So there's so much to look forward to. So if you guys are not subscribed, if you guys don't have notifications enabled, you guys are missing out. You guys need to get subscribed now. But other than that, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed the review once again. Have a great night, everyone. Peace.